Today we're at back at Blakeley. I know I might have been here once or twice, 100 times, and we are at actually one of my favorite trails here. It's called the Forever Wild, and there are certain criteria for a park to have a trail that they classify as Forever Wild. I don't know if it's they don't remove any of the underbrush. There's a certain amount of level of trail maintenance that they do. I can find out about that later, and I can post that down in the description. But anyways, today is a beautiful Sunday-ish. When I was getting ready to leave the house today, it was about 8:30, and the actual temperature, not heat index or anything like the actual temperature, was 93 degrees. When I finally got here, it cooled off a little bit. It's actually 90 degrees. So we've got 90 degrees, no wind. The sun is out there, hardly any clouds, although we're predicted to have some rain storms later today. But a lot of people would probably say, nope, no way, I am not going outside the house. My wife being one of them. And she thought I was completely bonkers to actually want to get out here. But for those of you that are avid hikers, avid landscape nature hikers, usually the weather is no object, that would prevent us from getting out here. And, we all have our environments that we're acclimated to. The winter is not mine. If it's 20 degrees out and snowy and stuff like that, chances are it would be life-threatening to you actually see me on a trail like that. But like today, where it's 90 degrees, it's hot, buggy, humid, I'm here. I kind of got acclimated to that weather in a early childhood, growing up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yeah, it is hot. So I've been on the trail now for, I don't know, about 10 minutes, and I am sweaty. I am hot, but to me, it beats 20-degree weather. Yeah, hot, but I can just sit here right now, just kind of adjusting. I had one of the dreaded problems that some photographers get when they first hit the trail. So you keep all your equipment nice and air conditioned in your closet at the house or a cabinet, and then when you pack it up and you come out to the trail and it's 90 degrees out, you pull out your camera and you attach your lens, and then all of a sudden your lens just goes whoosh, and it's got a thick haze over it. So I actually had to take my lenses out, take the caps off of them, and just let them get I could say acclimated to the hot weather. They have gotten to that point now, and I was actually grabbing a few shots of the local insects that are actually probably enjoying this weather. That's one thing about it. So if you want to be out on a hike or landscape nature shooting in this type of environment, it's a different clientele that you're going to get as far as possible subjects. So most of it's going to be probably insects. I mean, I don't even think the snakes are going to be out, as hot as it is. They're going to be somewhere snuggled up where it's nice and cool under the underbrush or a rock. And there hasn't really been that many hikers on the trail today so far. But between the horse flies, yellow flies, mosquitoes, they're all out this morning. But I've got myself covered in DEET. I've got exposed skin covered with 70 SPF sunscreen. Always have a good wide brim hat. That's just it. If I'm sure that everybody that says, well, I don't know why you don't like the cold. I'll just wear, heavy clothes. I'll wear jackets and all that. And I'm like, yeah, but I just get it in my bones. However, in the heat, I dress appropriately. I sweat. My sweat cools me off. I drink plenty of water. And then the other thing is you want to dress appropriately. So the pants that I wear, this is very thin material that, I wouldn't say it, is able to whisk the sweat away from me. It does not. These are, I don't even know what brand of pants these are. I think they came from some sports store. They're just really thin. I have some thick pairs that I wear when it actually starts getting cold here in Alabama. But these are really thin. I like long pants because I hate ticks. And so I also spray the bottoms, the shoes and the bottoms of my pants that will help hopefully keep the ticks off me from there. And then it's all exposed skin. But so thin shirts, thin pants is pretty much what I wear when I'm out here in the summer, taking my photographs, going out hiking, anything like that. You just you dress appropriately, and that includes sunscreen and bug spray. The most important thing after a hike is to do a tick check, not just on your clothes, but all your equipment too, before you put it away in your car or your vehicle, before you get home. Leave the ticks here. I don't think we have a huge problem with ticks here, but it's just preventative. Again, we are on the Forever Wild trail here at Blakeley. There's a lot of horse poo on the trails, so I know there's a couple of horse trailers down there, so this is a multi-use trail, so I expect to see probably horses on here. I've come across several people walking their dogs, so I'm not the only ones that's crazy enough to come out and go on a hike in 90-degree weather. Sometimes it will rain, and actually on a hot summer day when it rains, I usually won't put on a rain jacket or anything like that because it feels so good. It'll literally cool you off, and when it's raining it'll literally cool off the area quite a bit. But unfortunately we're not scheduled to have any rain until this evening, so I'll be long gone before the rain hits. But of course that's supposed to be thunder showers. Let me try that again, thunder showers. But of course, if we do have a deluge while I'm on the hike, I'm prepared for that too. So yeah, it's kind of you might want to say special breed of people that would come out here and use and abuse ourselves in this type of weather. It's so funny. I don't know if I turn it around, I won't see it. I've got this green and black dragonfly that I think I might have got some pictures of him, but let me turn you around here. He's right over there in those bushes, and maybe it's because of all the mosquitoes that I've been attracting, but he's been hanging around the whole time I've been sitting here talking to you all. So yeah, hydrate and just kind of stay cool as you can, and that'll get you through the hike. The other thing is, don't push yourself. Know your limits. So this Forever Wild, I'm not exactly sure how long it is, but if I get to the point to where I'm completely exerted by the heat or just the hike itself, you call it quits. I will turn around and head on back. So you've got to know how to pace yourself. You got to know your limits. That's the real secret about. And I'm sure you could say the same thing with the people that I think are kind of weird, that go out when it's, you know, snowing out. There's drifts that are 3-4 feet, and they're still going out there to shoot nature and all that. You know, that's their niche, and they can have it. I'm going to go ahead and I'll be the one that's making recordings of out here and being stupid in the heat. So yeah, we all got our vices, right? So yeah, this is nice. I'm going to go ahead and continue on and see what else I can see, and just again, enjoying another day of out in the woods. Thanks for coming along. Stay cool. Are hiking on the trails, especially in South Alabama in the summer, is you'll run across these guys. Some people call them, I hope this camera is picking him up, but some people call them banana spiders, but they're actually a I think they call them golden orb weavers, and they are a pretty, they can be a pretty big spider. I've seen them almost as big as my hand. So from leg tip to leg tip, I've seen them 4 or 5 inches. They are, I wouldn't say non-venomous because, you know, all spiders have venom. So I'm going to leave him alone. He's enjoying some kind of meal there. And it's funny, there's the male, which is a lot smaller than what she is. And he stands back there, and I think he gets leftovers, but he stays back enough to where to make sure that he's not going to be her next meal. So, but anyways, you're going to find plenty of these orb weavers on the trail in the summer, and they make some of the most hugest, is that? Yeah. They make ginormous, there's the word I was looking for, webs. And even if you're on a trail and it's 7, 8 feet across, it's not unusual to see one of them orb web spiders will have a web going from tree to tree, covering the trail, and if you're not watching, you're going to go right into it. Now, some people, that would completely freak them out, but there's one thing that you should know about these spiders, is that they, I don't know, unless you maybe have an allergic allergy to them, but they are not dangerous to humans. If you should get bit, and imagine they would bite if, you know, for defense, but walking into their web, the first thing that they're going to do is get away from you. And, you know, I just try to be aware of them. Sometimes you can see the web, but with the way the light is filtering through these trees, you can't. Like, let's see, for instance, there's a male and female on a web right there. So if you're on a horse, on a mountain bike, I imagine in that instance you're going to have a lot more collisions with an orb weaver spider web than you would hiking it like I am and taking my good old time. You know, one thing about nature landscape photographers, we're always looking for an opportunity to whip out the camera and take some shots. Where you know, just hikers out for a walk, some of them will take a brisk walk around, and they again, they don't see it. And these spiders, they will make a web going right across the trail, and they'll just wait for you to come along and destroy it for them, and then they have to rebuild it. But for the most part, you're going to find them kind of off the trail, because I imagine, you know, once their web is destroyed by somebody walking through it, or you know, something like that, they're going to try to build it to where it won't be destroyed. So I've run across a few of them. I was able to go underneath. So there you go. The insect of the hike will be the golden orb weaver spider, aka, and we call them here, banana spiders. I think they got that nickname of banana spider because, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, that they said they basically came over from the Banana Republican, you know, down there from Puerto Rico, or one of those Caribbean islands. They came over there because I do not believe they're an indigenous spider, but they are a spider that basically come over, and because of their size, they're able to establish themselves, and they have established themselves very well. So if we've got any spider experts out there that just happen to be watching this, I'd like to, if you could comment below if you have insight on the golden orb weaver. It's a menacing looking spider because of its size, but if you think about the coloration of the yellow and black, it's actually a beautiful spider. So yeah, I give them their space. I like to shoot photographs of them, and you know, glad that they are out here doing what they're doing as far as relieving us of some of the bugs and stuff that may be biting us when we're on the trail. So maybe, you know, it's a tit for tat type thing. Oh yeah. So a little bit of history while we're on this Forever Wild trail. So we've branched off, and we're on the, I think it's the Colonel Sheets Trail. Maybe this is the Colonel Rinaker's Trail, something like that. I'll obviously post in the video. And as we're walking along here, we're actually on the emplacements for the Union that they had during the during the Civil War of the Battle of Blakeley. So this is Blakeley Park, and it's known for its Civil War battlefield here. And so I don't know if it'll pick it up, but there's trench lines going all along here, and these were Union trench lines. So basically, the Union besieged the fort from the Tensal Delta via gunboats, and then through infantry that came over from Pensacola from the west, and then came down from the northern part of Alabama, from Montgomery, Birmingham, as this was one of the last strongholds that the South had. So I won't go on and on about the history of here, but if you're interested, there is a wealth of history about Blakeley State Park online that tell you all about the entrenchments, the fort that are the original. They're not, done up by the park itself. The park just keeps them, tries to keep them in their condition as Mother Nature just kind of moves in and claims them back. Very interesting history. Well, we're on our way here right now, dodging some horse poo, and I hear running water. So we'll see how that is. We've had a lot of rain in the last couple of weeks, so there's a lot of tributaries or little creeks that feed in through the park. So we're right now on a bridge. Let me adjust you here. And it looks like this little creek is probably about maybe a foot and a half deep. That's nice. I think I'll go ahead and take a little break here, and we'll go ahead and do a shot here, hopefully before I melt away. Always be cautious when you go off trail. That's one of the reasons why I use a walking stick. I'll go ahead and clear these webs away from whichever spider made it. And I'm always looking at the ground, making sure that none of the other residents are sunning themselves or enjoying the same view that I'm about to shoot. So it's always good to be cautious, and as always, respect Mother Nature. I like this angle here. The sun is really coming through the trees. I've got the little water feature over there with just underneath. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to include this little sandbar that is right there at the bottom of this little water feature, which I could zoom out and include that, but I think because I also want to get the bridge in this too. I like the position of the sparse trees that I have that is giving me kind of a framing on each side of the little creek itself. So I'll do a focus stack, and then with that focus stack, and as the water is merged into that focus stack, it's going to give me a pretty good image with the water kind of feathered out. One thing about taking hikes in the summer, so far looks like I might have gotten some great photographs of spiders and dragonflies. You know, I'll take those. Now, nothing would beat a good shot of a deer, fox, even maybe some of the migratory birds that have stayed around. But hiking is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. Sounds like a line you should make a movie out of. Oh, it's such a beautiful, hot, sweaty, humid day. It is a nice day to be out.